What up? What up? Up in this motherfucker, man. Hold on, I'm trying to get this camera right. Alright. Shit like this. Alright, we in here, man. Welcome to LoneWolf TV. Y'all know how this shit go. Damn, I should have wrote some shit down, but the topic I'm talking about today, we don't even need no notes about the topics or none of that like that. I'm just gonna strictly get to it today, man. But y'all know I gotta light the blunt and I gotta let motherfuckers know I'm in the building. So, you know what I'm saying? Tune in, bear with me, chime in, drop a comment, anything you want to do as I get ready to talk about this real shit, man. But you know, first off, what new? What's new happening right now, man? Uh, it ain't much going on right now. Just a lot of dumb shit in the black community, as far as rappers still trying to kill each other or beefing. Dry ass rap beef is going on. What else? I gotta do some research on certain shit that's going on right now. I've been out of the loop, so I don't really know what the latest shit is right now. I've been just too focused on self improvement, man. So that's been the main focus for since the beginning of this year, since this year started. I've been on the I've been pushing. You know what I'm saying? I've been pushing self discipline, been pushing self improvement. You know, and I've been trying to push it from a standpoint of a person that needs to improve himself. I'm not coming from a condescending kind of narrative where I'm like I know more than everybody else, or I'm on a different path or a better path to self improvement than anyone else. I'm just here to vibe and relate to those that feel misunderstood, man. That's the biggest. That's my biggest goal of them all, is to just sit here and vibe with those that feel misunderstood and less fortunate, which is basically what I'm gonna talk about today. The fact that we come from less fortunate families, most of us in the black community, we come from families that didn't really leave much for us to build off of, and I just had to come to the platform and talk about that today. But, enough babbling, enough rambling. Let the world know I'm in the building, and we're gonna get this motherfucker cracking. You feel me? So let me let people know I'm up in here, man. Hit the like button when you step up in here. Hit the subscribe button. Do all that there, man. Finna let people know I'm up in here. Gotta like this blunt. Hold on. That's one thing I want to talk about, man. See, I live in Fort Worth, Texas, right? I live that's like 30 minutes away from Dallas, for people that don't know what Fort Worth, Texas is. I got a weed man, you know what I'm saying? Uh I got a weed man that's like number one priority when I do buy weed, cause this shit always be good. You know what I'm saying? This shit always get me high. Um right now my number one weed man is out of town. And let me tell you this. When that nigga gone, it is some trash shit out here in Fort Worth. And you niggas should be ashamed of yourself riding around calling yourself the weed man and selling low quality bullshit. And yes, I'm smoking some shit that I'm talking about right now. This shit ain't really just grade A like that, man. This shit's some fucking mid. This shit is some dookie. It's just good enough to smoke and get a little buzz off of. It ain't supreme dookie, but this shit ain't what I'm used to. I'm gonna say that, and you niggas should be ashamed of yourself. You niggas should very, very well be ashamed of yourself. Motherfuckers lucky I don't even sell weed no more. Motherfuckers lucky I ain't trying to be the best weed man in the world out this bitch no more, because you niggas will be out of business. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ever had that weed that hurt the back of your throat and shit? That's what these niggas selling out here, man. But anyway, let me let the world know we up in there.
Getting drunk around white people they don't know. Where have you been, nigga, for the last 100 years? Right. You're not supposed to drink around white people and get comfortable, nigga. No. You know, so yeah.
Letting the world know I'm in this thing, y'all. Bear with me.
That's the only nigga that ain't been written up and died. Motherfuckers filming that shit. Knowing that a person got a wife. Yeah, kids though. But you know you got a wife and kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Did you see how Dare took? And she almost put her face. Oh my God! Yeah. But hey, I'm gonna tell you this: she must have been bad as fuck. Let's keep on. Some of these police bitches be worth snitching. Oh, the one at the game. Oh my God! Black. I'm telling bitch, hey, what you doing though? I know that she was so bad, bodied up, everything. We was tripping. She had a vest on, and we were like, damn, look at her. What police department got the baddest police bitches? Chicago. Okay.
Much love to anybody that step in here. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, man. Tune in. Drop a comment. Right now, this one of the most boring parts of my podcast is when I let the world know I'm up in here, man. I'm finna, y'all bear with me, man. Bear with your boy real quick. Interact with your boy, man. We talking about getting out of a failed position in life, basically. That's what we talking about today. We talking about no matter who it is that's holding you back, you got to get the fuck away from the fail. You got to get away from the failure that you are around, because it ain't gonna do shit but deteriorate you, man.
What police department got the baddest lady cop?
It ain't gonna do shit but deteriorate you if you don't get away from the failures in life. We gonna talk about it, man. All right, that's everybody right there. Okay, now, all right, today's episode, man. We're gonna be talking about the great escape from family failures. You feel me? The great escape from family failures. Let me do one more thing. I'm finna get it in, man. Y'all drop a comment, hit the like button, man. Come on, man. Fuck with your boy up in here, man. Shit finna get deep. Shit finna get deep real quick. Hold on, let me make this video. Make this video real quick. What up? What's up? Countless Melanin. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you dropping a comment. Give me one moment. Hold on. Hey. Y'all come fuck with your boy on YouTube, man. Hit that link and let's talk about it. The great escape from family failures, man. Y'all come chop it up with your boy on YouTube. I gotta post this shit, man. Hold on. All right, we in here. All right, the Great Escape. What do I mean by the Great Escape? The Great Escape from family failures. Okay, here we go. Uh, a lot of us see me. Let me start with me. I done said this a million times on this podcast on my own channel. Uh, I'm fatherless. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for sharing the link. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Welcome to Lone Wolf TV. Now, I'm fatherless. See, I come from a fatherless background, which also at the same time, with me being fatherless, obviously, I'm raised in a single mother household. You know what I'm saying? I got two brothers. I got a younger brother and I got an older brother, which makes me the middle child. You know, so God damn, it's a what I'm trying to get to is I come from a failed background. With Kevin Samuels, Jason Black, Tariq Nasheed, all the people I listen to are not. I don't really listen to Kevin Samuels, but Kevin Samuels would say I come from a failed background. Or for people out there that already know that my background is frowned upon in the light of relationships, in the light of success, in the light of life. People look at failures. They look at people that come from a fucked up background as disposable, you know? So, being that we come from that background, the world automatically leaves it up to us to fend for ourselves. No matter if you were dealt a bad hand in life, society says get the fuck up and do what the fuck you gotta do. And I just wanna take the time out to point out the fact that if you continue to be around the failure, which is most of our family members don't, most of us don't have shit, which don't mean you need to turn your nose up at people and just because your granny broke or your mama broke or some shit, you need to treat them different. But you yourself, if you want to enhance in life, if you want to accelerate, you have to get away from constant failure. You have to get away from the failure that you've seen consistently happen in your life. Now, this is real tricky to say because it sounds like I'm saying shun your family if they broke, and I'm not. I'm not saying just run away from motherfuckers and not help them if you ever come up with an idea or help people run their business or some shit. If your mama got a business, your granny got a business, your auntie, you shouldn't just be like, man, it ain't working and ditch them. No, that's not what I'm saying. See, I'm talking about get away from the motherfuckers that are trying the same shit and it ain't succeeding. And that goes for your mama, that go for your granny, that go for your daddy. If your daddy on some broke shit, on some broke bummy shit, get the fuck away from them. And I'm talking about if you gotta live with them, if you gotta, if in some way if some way your family members or your friends or anybody is on some shit that can make you fail as well, just by being around them, you cannot continue to chill with failure. Now, let me say this failure is inevitable. I'm not saying you don't need to hang around people who are out here trying things and failing, but you need to hang around the shakers and bakers. You need to hang around motherfuckers who own the same mentality as you. You need to connect with a tribe of people that fuck with what you fuck with, is what I'm saying. Because a lot of us come from a background. Let me get back to what I'm trying to say. The less fortunate family member, we don't have a legacy to even try to uphold. Some of us got a mama. I'm gonna take it to the mamas first, and then I'm gonna go to the daddies and all that shit. Or mothers. Uh, some mamas out here that was trying to chase love, got married, got divorced, and now life is just whooping their ass. And the fact that I'm fatherless, you know what I'm saying? Being the fact that my father dipped out and did what he did or whatever, my legacy, I gotta build my own legacy now. I'm starting from scratch. And I'm starting with skills and lessons from a woman, which ain't enough for a man, which ain't enough for me to get out of here with the tools that she gave me and really create something that can generate pure wealth. So being that being that goddamn I appreciate you tuning in. Being that being that I wasn't given a ladder to climb up on like the white supremacists have, like how people be having funds and money saved and in the bank for this and this, and having money saved for if tragic events happen. Black us in the black community, 9 times out of 10, we ain't got it like that. You feel me? So me coming from that, I'm already I'm already last place in society. I'm already fucked up. So for me to continue to try to sit here and do what my mama did or do what my entire family is in the same predicament they were in years ago. You know what I'm saying? Some of us have overcome certain struggles, and some of us have have realized that that we traumatized and that we need to sit back and we need to fix some shit. Some of us have realized this, and some people are still consistently living the same. Some people still spitting out more babies and then just having more poverty on top of poverty. That's what my family on right now. And I ain't trying to expose my family. I ain't putting no names out there, no none of that. But I sat back and I looked at myself. So me talking about my family is me really just talking about myself, because a lot of people in my family doing better than me and doing better than my mama and doing better than, some people that are doing better than financially. But this the thing. Uh you have to get away from the failure that is damaging you, like that's harming you immediately. The immediate failure you got to get away from. So that means if your mama live in a fucked up place and you got to go homeless, you need to get the fuck out. You need to try to get you a whip, sleep in your whip, start from there, because that's what I'm finna have to do. That's the reason why I'm coming here to. I ain't coming here to speak no lecture. I'm coming here to try to be a solution base for motherfuckers to watch my life and see what I'm finna motherfucking do. So maybe it can be some inspiration for you to use your own brain and make your own moves. See, what I'm finna have to do is I'm finna have to get me a motherfucking car. You feel me? I'm finna have to get me a motherfucking whip, and I'm finna have to get out here, and I'm gonna have to live frugally. What I mean by that is, if I take away rent, if I take away certain responsibilities as far as pay, if I sacrifice rent for a minute, because I'm gonna have to pay rent eventually. If I just sacrifice, I appreciate you for real. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate the fact that you love it, man. Uh, if I take away rent, you know what I'm saying? I take away one of those expenses and I live frugally out of the car. I done it before. I was sitting in the car homeless with 2K in my pocket. You know, not like cash, but on the card. I had 2,000 motherfucking dollars. And what I thought about at that time, exactly, she just said it, sacrifices are rewarded. And now I didn't really realize that I made a sacrifice, but I had to. The time I was homeless last year, I was homeless around this time last year. When I was sitting up in that motherfucking car, I was I wasn't really stressing because I've been homeless before, but I didn't realize that I had more money than I did the last time. And that's because I took out the expense of rent. Me not having to pay somebody 500 that I'm living with or some shit, or me not having to pay uh water bills and no shit like that, just the phone bill and going to work, and it was stacking up. But it happened so fast that I didn't really realize it, that I didn't catch on to the money that I had, and I didn't have the smarts I have now to try to invest it and actually make way out of that situation I had. So I ended up lingering in the car, I ended up lingering around and living in hotels because I needed to take a bath. See, I had all this motherfucking money, but I ain't had nowhere to wash my ass. Hold on. They say, yes, true masculinity is about the sacrifice. It's what the foundation is built on. And thy earth angel said it's open in real combo. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I'm getting down to some shit though, man. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm finna get down to the shit. Shout out to y'all. But I was in that whip with $2,000. Well, I had all that money. I ain't had nowhere to wash my ass. Now, see, at that moment, my mindset changed. I was like, okay, if I can do this, I need to just, I need to, I need to find a way that where I can just go to the hotel for a day and wash my ass, and then not wash my ass for the week. Or like I used to, hold on, I said that wrong. I would try to find a way to wash my ass once a week. Because I was like, okay, if I do that, I mean, I can get a room for 2 days. I can wash my ass 2 days out the week, actually. But them 2 days really like one because I go to work. I was going to work so early, but that's another story. So I would be there like 2 days only for 8 hours each day because I'm at work for so long and I get there, then it's damn near nighttime and I smoke and shit. I got to run around and get weed and gauze and food and shit for myself. So money was flying out my pocket. And you know why money started flying at my pocket again? Because I was sheltering myself. What I sacrificed, I realized that I started throwing money towards what the sacrifice was again. So I'm gonna let you know, being homeless ain't easy. It is not easy. You're gonna miss them thrills of coming home and laying down in the bed and watching TV. But see, that's a sacrifice. So I ended up losing a lot of money because I was focused on, man, I need to lay in a bed. I deserve to lay in the bed doing this, and that. I still had that leisure mindset when I didn't have the leisure. Now, I say all that to say, my mama is, or my family is real leisure like. Like everybody just go to work just to come home and do their vices all over again. And that's what something I figured out. That's something that I'm seeing happen to the younger generation. I'm seeing that everybody just handle the business that they think they supposed to handle, and then they come home and they just face the vices that they love to face. Whether it's the game, whether it's sex, uh, weed, liquor, whatever the fuck. Shit, some people might be on crack in my family. I don't know. Some of them, that might be somebody's vice. But um, yeah, that's what I noticed. I noticed that my family do a lot of suppression. You know, it's like it's about putting yourself in a position to release your true and motivation. I mean, your true drive and motivation. That's real shit. Cause that's what I'm finna have to do again. Because as much as people will say that being homeless is like something super fearful that people go through, it was actually a soul cleansing experience for me. And it's not that I want to go back to meet this experience again, but I gotta. This time is for paper purposes. This time is to accelerate because I could have accelerated, but let me give y'all a story about. Let me give you a failure story real quick. Let me give y'all a story about why I'm not still homeless. Okay. Uh, recently last year I had a car and it was fucked up, it was messed up. I couldn't move it out of the parking lot. So I was homeless inside of an apartment complex, right? But my car was just parked in the parking space. It was parked in the right space in like a visitor's parking spot though. So they wasn't fucking with me. They didn't fuck with the car because this is a lot of COVID restrictions and stuff going on. So they not taking people's stuff immediately. So I was really safe 2021, like in April 2021. So you know what I'm saying? She said, sacred struggle. The resistance is where you're made. You feel me? Um, so I was sitting in the car and for a good 5 to 6 months, the police, nobody, the apartment complex didn't fuck with me. Now, Fast forward to 5 or 6 months later, the police pulled up on me. I had weed in my car and everything. I was smoking at the moment that the police officer pulled up. So I put the weed out, and the police officer walked up on me and he was like, "Yeah, somebody doing a wellness check on you. Uh, God damn it, are you living out of this damn car?" He didn't say that to me, but that's just, he asked, "Are you living out of the car?" And another officer pulled up and they was just sitting there. Long story short, after I ran down to him that I was homeless and shit, boom, 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 he said that the apartment complex didn't say nothing. Somebody literally in the apartments had called on me because they see me living out the whip. It's been about 5 months. So I'm in that motherfuckers just doing what I do, going to sleep in the car, waking up, cold days. I'm putting on double clothes and shit. I'm doing all that. So somebody was bound to see it. So I wasn't surprised if somebody, I just didn't know who it was. That was the spooky part. But the fact that the police came and he was like, "Yeah, man, so if the apartment say something, then you got to move around." So I was like, "All right, bet." But the nigga gave me a notice to a homeless shelter and all that. So boom, long story short, after they left, I had to call my mama. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Well, damn, I don't want this to I don't want this to happen again because another police officer might take my ass to jail because I'm in here smoking weed or some shit, right?" So I called my mom. I'm like, "Well, shit, I gotta get somewhere now." I told her my situation, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm at my mama's house due to the fact that um the universe kind of swept me out of the homeless shit for a minute. But the reason why I made this episode is because I gotta go back that way by default. I gotta go back because even though my mama got a place to stay, she's not well off herself. And I can't sit here as a black man. I cannot sit here and watch my mama struggle and be in it. I cannot be in it with her. This is just what I mean as a man, as a man with this is how I gotta swing my sword. You know what I'm saying? Uh I cannot watch it happen. I can't be in the same household that the struggle is happening in. I gotta go and defeat my own struggle and come back with the rewards from defeating my own struggle. And it gotta be double stacked enough to where I can come wipe out the struggle of everyone else that I love. You feel me? So it just affects me as a black man to to see that I'm 29 years old and I ain't really did much with my life, and just watching my family be a less be so less fortunate. I refuse to just watch it to continue to happen. So when you get that drive, you got to get away from it, because sometimes being around the people that you're trying to help, the defeat, the feeling of defeat, of if they feel weak, it comes to you. And I'm not saying that you end up weak or nothing like that, but it's draining. It's energy draining, especially if you're trying to stay strong, especially if you got to move. And one thing I want to talk about is the fact that dealing with family's failures is just just like sharing a car. You know what I'm saying? Sharing a car is horrible. And then say you got to go to work and this, and that, but your mama or your daddy got to use the car, and then now it's a clash between what y'all got to do and what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. And you have to be the one to show them that they can get out leading by example. Exactly. And I'm saying that sometimes you can't stay around them to show them. You gotta dip off, and you can't. It ain't not that you don't want to help them, and it ain't that you don't love them. It's just that when you notice that you on a different mindset and they still trying to nickel and dime their way to success, it's not gonna work. And that's the bigger thing that I'm trying to say here. If you are around people that you see, that you notice, that they probably don't even notice, but you notice that they are trying to nickel and dime their way to success, you got to get the fuck from around them. And that's just real shit. That's just real. Get some grapes real quick, y'all. You can't nickel and dime your way through success. I'm telling you.
A lot of dope shit don't start off right. Yeah. This country was stolen. People was raised.
See, I'm sorry, y'all. All that talking got my throat. All right. Now, see, I'm really just trying to keep it simple. I ain't trying to talk y'all ear off. I want y'all to be entertained, man. Like real shit. Uh, the bigger picture is that your vision ain't gonna be understood until you bring it out into the forefront. So when you around unnecessary failure, see, it's cool to fail. I want to break that down as well. It's cool to fail as far as whatever you shooting for. Like if you shooting for goddamn to get a job and you don't get the job, that's a different kind of failure. You know what I'm saying? You can still shoot to go get another job. You can try to get another job and another job. As long as you try to stay consistent, usually jobs pop up out of nowhere for you. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you got that true belief in yourself, failure is different when you're going towards a legacy. Now, when we talking the great escape from family failures is some shit grandma did, mama did, daddy did, and it financially fucked the whole goddamn family lineage up. And a lot of us in the black community come from something like that. I know some of y'all got some crackhead uncles and mamas and shit that then sold some couches and smoked up some cars and wrecked some shit and all kind of shit. And it's a lot of people that have to deal with that. A lot of people be like, "Woo, who, auntie, what did what?" And they go back to their life. See, some people, some families. I ain't saying all black families, but I'm talking to the people that come from them families that's fucked up, where somebody in the family stealing from somebody in the family just always in a bind and don't know how to fucking use their money. The niggas always late on their rent or they always moving or some shit, and then they start using people name for bills and cable and all that shit. I come from that shit. My mama still be trying to do that shit, man, but I ain't trying to put no business out there. I'm just saying you can't sit around the failure without trying to do something about it. So it's the great escape. You got to get the fuck away. The great escape, nigga. Sometimes the great escape just consists of you got to build a damn escape out of the shit so you won't seem harsh. You got to build your motherfucking way out of this shit so you can just, all right, I'm going. Bloop. Away from your motherfucking family, away from your friends that are just consistent failures that ain't going nowhere. It's a difference if a motherfucker trying to do something with their life, got a nail business or something like that, and she just keep investing $50 in her business. She go to work, she do different shit, but she just ain't where she want to be. That's a different form of failure because you dictate your form of success. And if a motherfucker ain't where they want to be, that's a different form of failure than family failures that can fuck up lineages, that can fuck up the minds of the youth that's coming out of the womb of the woman and coming out of the sperm of the man. It can be fucked up genetically because of due to having being unambitious, being on drugs, all kind of shit can fuck your lineage up. And I'm a part of that shit. My daddy done left. My daddy, I don't even know. Sometimes I feel like the nigga just wasn't ready to take on whatever responsibility it was, and I don't hold nothing against him for it. It's just I understand. Then I found out the nigga got shot in the head. So I was like, well, goddamn, I don't even hold nothing against you at all. Because life happened. You see what I'm saying? Life. So that's why I say when Kevin Samuel and them be coming at motherfuckers like, oh, you fatherless, you this, and that. Okay, motherfucker, that's universal law that happened. Because if I guarantee you, if we all can come from a background of structure, I think we would all choose that shit. But no, shit. Some people in it, some universal motherfuckers feel like we chose the family that we came to. Spiritual people feel like that. Spiritual people feel like we chose the path that we came here to live. And I'm in some shit like Buddha. I'm on some Confucius type shit. Like life is what it is, and trying to figure it out is the stupidest thing to do. I live in the moment type shit. I'm a live in the moment type nigga. That's why I say I fuck with Buddha. I fuck with Confucius and shit like that. Fuck Gandhi. I heard Gandhi was a racist son of a bitch. He said something. Matter of fact, here goes some facts real quick. Gandhi said some shit like, uh, uh, that he said that the Arabs or some shit is just as bad as the Negro. So they was trying to call him, basically Gandhi trying to call us a motherfucking terrorist. Y'all can look that shit up yourself. Gandhi said something about black people. He called us, he said we was just as bad as Arabs or some other group he didn't like. And he was like the African, the black man, whatever he called us, it was something that referenced us for blackness, and he was like they that we was cursed and shit like that. So fuck Gandhi. But anyway, yeah. So you got to get away from failures, man, and your family, because that shit can, man. Have y'all seen? You know what a perfect analogy is for this episode, and I should have used the picture. Have y'all seen that Kevin Hart show? That Kevin Hart and Wesley Snipes. It's called True Story. That shit is the prime example of what I'm talking about. Y'all see what his brother was putting him through? Do y'all see what Kevin Hart was going through on that show that he dropped like the top of last year? I mean, at the end of last year, like December, November, some shit like that. Him and Wesley Snipes. That if you seen that show front to back, that's exactly what this episode is just trying to tell you to watch out for, because you could be on your way to success and a motherfucker come through, jeopardize all that shit. And I'm talking on the way though. On the show, he was already on Kevin Hart was already fucking rich, and the nigga was fucking him up, but still on the way to the top. That's just as valuable as when you get to the top who you fucking with, because you know, just me going back to being a black man and having to maneuver in this system. I can't sit up in here and watch my mama struggle. I can't sit up in here without coming with some solution, and I got to be by myself to come with the solution, because uh, the fact that I see, the fact that I realize, um, living frugally will help 90% of people's problems out. I got to utilize that talent that I have. I got to utilize that strength inside of me to sacrifice living under a roof. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't just sit here and not live under a roof. They gotta have the TV bumping. People gotta have a Pandora. They gotta listen to their music. They gotta have somewhere to sit in and smoke weed. I understand, but living frugally for a good year or two and put you in a position like no other. And I'm living proof. I'm one of them niggas that was homeless. A female wouldn't even thought I had $2,000 on me. But I made that homeless shit look good. Matter of fact, if y'all go down, if y'all just scroll down like 4 times on my videos on my YouTube, you're gonna see the Homeless Chronicles. Right? And I had haircuts and shit then. I was getting my haircut, but the nigga was fucking my edge up, and that's why I'm getting my edge up, but I get my haircut by a woman. She fixing me up now, my edge up, and the nigga I was going to was fucking my edge up, y'all. But my shit coming back now. I ain't give up on my shit. Anyway, uh, I was still getting faded up, still buying weed, smoking like I wanted to smoke. Homeless in the mix, still dropping episodes. That's why I can't get this shit up. I don't give a damn who watching. I don't give a damn who don't like it or who like it, because but I do appreciate the people that do come here, and I appreciate y'all being in the comments. I appreciate y'all interacting with me, because y'all ain't gotta fuck with me, like, for real. But that's why I love doing this shit, because I've been doing this shit even in my worst stage. When I wasn't seeing my daughter and shit, I'm still dropping episodes, still coming. One thing that I'ma hate when I do go homeless, I might get an iPhone so I can start going, so I can go live better. You know what I'm saying? Cause these Androids, they not my position in that car. This Android wasn't trying to go live good at all. But yeah, man. This episode is strictly for the people that feel like that had that feeling of self-doubt, like, man, I ain't gonna never be shit. And I'm talking about feeling it. Not that feeling like, well, I can't say that to myself type of shit. You didn't even have no positive thoughts walking down the street, waking up day after day like this. This is what I speak for. Niggas that went through shit that I done been through. I understand you, my nigga. I understand how I feel to get up, not have $1 in your pocket, and you just like, you feel like death is kind of better than just breathing. Especially as a black man, a black woman, anything. As I understand, it's a black struggle out here, nigga. We broke. We's fucked up. And the system makes sure your ass gonna feel like that. They making sure your ass stay out of place. And that's what they want your motherfucking ass to feel. So that's why you gotta get to a point where you can't sit around. You gotta be like Harriet motherfucking Tubman. You gotta be like the motherfucking, like Nat Turner, nigga. And you gotta get the fuck up, and you gotta take the lives of some motherfuckers around you that ain't trying to see you do better. It ain't just the white man that want to see you down sometime, my nigga. It's your own people. So this episode is just a reminder that you ain't gotta sit there and struggle with your mama just because she in the PJs, my nigga. You ain't got to sit there in there. You ain't got to stay put in the struggle like your daddy. Ain't nothing there. Ain't nothing there. You ain't got to do like Granny did. Granny want to stay on Section 8. Auntie want to stay on Section 8. You ain't got to stay there. Don't stay there. If you don't like where you at, get the fuck up. And that's word from me. You feel me? Because I got to get the fuck around. I got to move around. I keep on, in my head, I've been questioning, damn, what the fuck I'm going to do? What's my next move? You know what I'm saying? I can't figure it out. I'm too clustered. I'm too clustered in trying to be a help. And I ain't got nothing to help you with. I ain't got nothing to help a motherfucker with at all. So I got to build it up and come back. I feel like this is what I'm finna be 30 in May. And I feel like I'm restarting. I hit restart on everything that I didn't do. So that means I'm finna drop a mixtape in my 30s, nigga. I'm gonna try to get this podcast shit up off the ground. I'm finna try to get this content creating. to another level for myself and for the fan base, so y'all can be more interactive and be more and fuck with me more, man. You know what I'm saying? I got dreams, and I ain't wasting these 30s, my nigga. I ain't wasting these 30s on no relationship. I ain't wasting these 30s on shit. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I'm wasting, or only the biggest relationship that I need to worry about right now is my motherfucking daughter. You know what I'm saying? I got a valuable woman in my life, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't none of y'all business. And we ain't together or no shit, but I fuck with valuable women. So, with the fact that I ain't got shit, of course I ain't got no woman. So, I salute y'all for being here, man. I salute everybody that hit that like button. I thank y'all for watching this episode, man. Thank y'all so much. Well, yeah. Get away from them. You ain't got to fail with them, man. You don't have to fail with your peoples just because they're your peoples. You smell me? So, before I just get to babbling, I appreciate y'all for tuning in for real, man. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit the subscribe button. Drop a comment if you tune in afterwards. Catch me live again next weekend, man. I'm coming again with some more heat. You know, if y'all got any ideas on topics that y'all want me to talk about, or something y'all want me to touch on again that you didn't feel like I touched on enough, drop the comment hit me up on Instagram at CosmoTheloner. You feel me? Cosmo the Loner on Instagram. And you can follow my business page at Space Age Loner. You can hit me up on Facebook at Cosmo Kane, that's CAINE, and you can hit me up on CashApp at CosmoCurrency. I'm out this motherfucker. Peace.